Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will be showing you how you can create interactive snippet app shortcuts in Expo React Native for iOS. So let's get started. Now there are few caveats. You require Xcode 26 to be installed. Second is you would require iOS 26 to be installed. I am running on a real iPad device, but if you want you can run it on simulator as well. Like I tried running it on the simulator, but I was getting an issue with it. Like there were false positives on the simulator. That's why if possible test it on a real device. And the most important thing is, at the time of me recording this video, there is no third-party library available to achieve this. So all the code will be written with native iOS, which is Swift programming language. Nothing will be written with JavaScript and TypeScript. So yeah, do keep that in mind. So first let me show you guys the output. So here I have just installed, as you can see, this is my Expo application. Okay, I'm not able to move it. So here you can see, besides the shortcuts app, I have the my app, which is the Expo application. So nothing really inside our Expo application. Okay, then what you need to do is you just need to go to your shortcuts app. Once you have your Expo application installed, you just have to click on this plus button over here and you find your app. So here my app is the name of my app, so I'll just select it, and here you can see we have this shortcuts called order latte. I'll just select that. It has added that particular shortcut. I'll just go back. So I'll just click on this particular shortcut. So first it asks you what latte size you want to show, small, medium or large. I'll just select medium. Then it displays a UI saying like select the percentage of milk you want to add. So maybe I'll just make it as 50%. I'll just click on set. Then here how many shots you want to add, I'll just keep it as 3, and I'll just click on order. As soon as I place order, it will call our API. Now in my case I have not created any API, so I have added a dummy 1 second delay, but in your case you can create an API. And once the order has been placed, you can just click here, you will get this final view, and just click on done. So yeah, that's what we will be looking into. So to create an Expo application, you can just go to this particular URL over here. There are different Expo templates available. So we will be using this blank TypeScript template, which is present over here. So you can just run this particular command, and it will create an Expo application for us. Once that is done, like I said, we need to write native iOS code. So you need to do some additional setup as well for iOS. So you just go to this particular URL, just select iOS device. Here you can select development build. I have disabled EAS. Then you need to install Xcode. I have already done that. I have already installed Xcode command line tools. Then if you want, you can install a simulator. I have already done this watchman setup as well. Then you need to cd into your Expo application and run this particular command. So again, I have already ran this particular command as well. Once that is done, you need to run this particular command. So this will create an iOS folder inside your Expo project. So it does take a bit of time, so be patient. So let me quickly show you the project. So I'll just remove this cheat sheet. So here you can see the iOS folder being created. Then what you need to do is you need to go to your Expo project. Here go to the iOS folder and double click on this .exe workspace. It will open it for you inside Xcode. So here you can see I have already opened it. Then once make sure you click on the .exe workspace and not .xcode proj. Okay, why is it not showing my app? Seems a little bit weird. I don't know, maybe because I have this .xcode proj. Let me just close everything and reopen it. Let's see. Okay, so finally we are getting it. So once you have clicked on exe workspace, the first thing which you need to do is go to your app. Inside target, select your app, go to sign in and capabilities, add your team, and inside general you need to update to minimum iOS 26, because this interactive snippet are only supported from iOS 26 and above. So you need to update that particular version. Then you need to create this 4 files. So to create any Swift file, you just have to right click, new empty file. Do not create this via VS Code, you will mess things up, and just give your file name. Okay, so I'm not giving it any name for now. I will just delete this particular file as well. We don't really need it. I've just shown you how to create a Swift file. So first you need to go to this latte order manager. So this is kind of like a state management class. So here we have imported Swift UI, and here we have defined 3 variables. So one is choice, second one is count, and third one is milk percentage. And once you click on the order latte button, here you can see, like I told you, I have added a 1 second purposeful delay, but here you should add your own API call code. All right, and that's it. Then here next you need to go to the order latte intent. So here you can see we are importing Swift UI as well as app intent, and it extends from the app intent. Then here is our title. Here we are getting the latte order manager with the help of dependency injection. Now we are injecting it inside the app delegate class. So inside app delegate, you need to scroll down, you need to add import app intents, okay, and here you need to add this dependency injection code as well. So that's what we are doing over here. So that's why the order latte intent is able to access it from this. Then here we have the perform method, where we just pass the intent result as well as show snippet view. Now the first view which you saw, where we asked the user to select small, medium and large, that was not a Swift UI view. That is a UI automatically created by the shortcuts API, and to create it we use this request choice method. And here you can see it takes these choices. So these are the choices which we are displaying over here. And here is the dialog as well, select latte size, and this is the title. Then here we display the count as well as the milk percentage. Now I am resetting the count and milk percentage because whenever you order a latte, suppose you have set the count as 5, milk percentage as 15, the next time you order you get the same values. Maybe that's the behavior you want, but I don't want it. That's why I'm resetting the count and milk percentage every single time. Then here we call request confirmation for milk percentage. So here you can see we have created another intent for this. So let's go to that intent. So this is the intent, which is a snippet intent. Now do keep this in mind. This is a very small thing. Whenever you extend snippet intent, there is a default horizontal padding available, but for app intent there is no horizontal padding. Okay, so here we have this again, this title, we getting the hold of our latte order manager, and here we override this method, and the view, this view which we are displaying from this latte order view, which is a Swift UI view. So let's go to latte order view. So here just before I show it to you, here you can see that I'm also passing the page number. Okay, so do keep that in mind. So here we have defined the enum for page number, and here I have imported Swift UI as well as app intent, and here is the latte order view. Here are the choice, count as well as milk percentage and page, and here is our v stack, this is the h stack, and here I am displaying the image. So if you want to display an image as well, you need to add it inside the images folder. So this one here you can see I have added the image called latte. So whatever is your image name, make sure you call it over here dot whatever is your image name. Okay, then here we display this particular text. Now here the choice of your text. Now we are on page number 1, so this will be ignored, this will be ignored as well. Okay, then this will be ignored, we'll go to the else clause. Inside that this will be ignored and this will be displayed. So here we are displaying the milk percentage. Then we have two buttons, action button false and action button true as well, and these are the padding as well as background to it. Then here we have this action button where we have this button intent. Okay, and here we have displaying the image, font weight, foreground style, frame, background, all that stuff. And on click of the button we are basically calling another intent called latte action intent, and to this also we are passing some values. Alright, so let's go to latte action intent. So this is again an intent. So here it extends app intent. Here we have kept the is discoverable as false because we don't want to display this intent inside our app shortcuts. Okay, because this is an internal functionality of our different shortcut, that's why. Then here it takes all this default variable which it takes, and then inside the perform method, depending on whether we are updating percentage or not, if yes, then we check whether it is incrementing or decrementing, and depending on that we increase or decrease milk percentage. Same for count as well, which will be on page number 2. Okay, then let's go to order latte intent again. Then here we are requesting the confirmation of latte count confirmation intent. So again here we have this latte count confirmation intent which extends snippet intent. Here is our latte order manager, and here again we display the latte order view. So if you again go to latte order view over here, I'll simply scroll down. For page 2 we are displaying this, then we are also displaying this, and rest everything remains the same. Alright, and again like I said, for then inside latte action intent this particular bit of code will get called. Then the final thing inside order latte intent, once that is done, here you can see we are just doing manager.order latte. So this is the 1 second delay method which I told you about. Instead you should call your own API, and here we have this latte order view where we just pass the whatever result we get. So here I'm not getting any results from this method, but if you get, you just display the latte inside our latte order view, which is the success thing which we are displaying. So if you want to go, let me quickly show it to you. So this will get displayed, milk percentage and your shot counts, and this label as well. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.